Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Green Michaels. In this video here, we're going to be taking a look at those opportunities that are there in the market today. Today is Friday, the 19th of August 2022, and we're going to be looking at those opportunities that are there today and how we can approach it with the right mindset, also applying the Elliott wave concept to it for the current day and the next trading week.
And I thought, wait a second, that's got to be a principle in life. What if I stopped looking for opportunities to make money in the markets?
The market's going to do something. Your job is not to fight it.
The market never ever runs away. It's always there.
That personal diary of trading will make you a much better trader than
I could be right about the direction, but wrong about the trade.
Don't focus on the monetary side.
Trying to make too much money on a trade is what I have seen killed every trader.
Your losses offer you some of the greatest insight you can find into your mistakes.
Relax, learn the process.
Candlestick pattern trading is a freaking trap.
Don't be in a rush to become a millionaire.
Let the market tell you what the market wants to tell you.
First of all, I want to quickly start with this one here. I think we have some organized patterns here. This was also a pattern I was talking about during my pre-market analysis here. And then we had price trading inside of this area here, right? So we had price trading inside of here. Okay, so I did expect for price to reject this point here, right here, which we actually see that price rejected nicely. Okay, so if we go ahead put up a line right there. If we put up a line there, and we could see that that area here of the 163.82 is a very good structure there, and we had some resistance of there. It's best to see what happens because I think we might be starting to see what could look like a corrective pattern. We did have some bit of push to downside first, and another impulse, okay, and another what could look like a corrective wave here. So this could possibly be an ABC corrective pattern. And if we go ahead put up some Fibonacci tools into this, or look at the Fibonacci levels of in terms of retracement, you'll see that price have nicely hit 61 and also 78.6 before the bounce off the zone. Okay, so it's best to see what will happen in the current trading day, also in the current trading week, if price would be able to break out of the zone. All right, so if we break out of this zone, I'm going to expect that price could also make another move into maybe 166 area and also beyond. Okay, so looking at this one here from a 4-hourly time frame, we did look at some sort of patterns here, and we looked at what could have gone wrong here. So if you go ahead put up maybe a week 5 here that as discussed previously in my pre-market analysis here, and then we could as well expect that this could have been a B extreme. Okay, so you could expect that this could have been a B extreme. This is an A. Okay, we could expect that this could be some sort of corrective pattern here, and price could as well contract instead of this area, looking for opportunities to make another push to the upside. There could be also some sting at the end of the tail that price could also bounce in this area and also drop to downside. Okay, so best to see where is the best opportunity, and also find the best opportunity with the right reward and also with the right risk in order to be taking a trade position. All right, so looking at this one here, from this one here, I would actually look at some bit of possibilities here. I looked at this yesterday, and I think this might just be correct for a 5-week move here, and this might actually still be correct for a 3-week move here. But looking at the Fibonacci levels here, we could as well just be a little bit off the 61.8 here. Okay, so it's a question of looking at what could be expected from price, okay, in the current trading day. Okay, so I think basically this structure here of the doji here at the close of this 1-hourly candle here could have been an entry for some persons. Okay, but I think one of the best areas here to look for positions would be at the touch of the 61.8 right here. Okay, the 61.8, which is around the 161.44 territory, could also be a perfect entry area. And if you're looking at an entry area such as right here, Then we'll be looking at an exit area, okay, of just below here, and we're going to be looking at first target area, previous highs, okay, that's going to be 106, and we're going to look at second target area of that point there, okay. So 1 is to 2.9, okay, so we're going to second target area there around that point right there for the next target area. Okay, so that's one of the setups there today for the current trading day. And let's look at another one here with AUD/JPY. What is going on with this currency pair and how you could actually approach it. All right. Okay, so for some time right from June, I was looking at this whole structure here. We did see a high right here around 96.79. It's a very unique structure, and however, price started to form another pattern. Okay, so we had one pattern, next one, all right, next one here that broke to the upside, and then we had the next one that broke to downside here. So we can as well label this our A, maybe a B, then maybe a C in here. Okay, so we could draw some lines here and then look at this correction right here. Okay, so it's a whole lot of possibility that we might be looking at maybe a C, a D, okay, for some patterns, and an E. Okay, so it all depends on what you're looking out for. What's your bias on this currency pair? Okay, where do you expect price to move to? Okay, so let's look at our bias with technical analysis here. What makes the most sense? Okay. All right, so let's look at what makes the most sense from this analysis here, and then let's come up with a trade plan. All right, so looking at this one here, what makes the most sense here? I think whatever makes the most sense is going to be this. I'm going to first look at this as what makes the most sense, that we have a drop here to an A, and then to B, and then to C. So this makes one of the most sense, okay, from a 1 hourly time frame. So if you're looking at it from 1 hourly time frame, you can see that this makes the most sense, that we have a little bit of contraction here, and this was the breakout of that contraction there, and this makes the most sense. Okay, so looking at this one, I think we have another pattern that also want to make the most sense as well. This is one of those few patterns I trade, but you hardly find it in the market, but it happens. It does happen. Okay, these patterns are sometimes what I call a fail to drop. Okay, so it should have at this point then drop back. Okay, but it failed to drop here. I'm gonna have to watch out for this area here. Okay, so this is supply area here. This is what I'm gonna watch out for in terms of supply. All right, and I'm gonna look for demand anywhere around here. Okay, so there is a great chance that we might actually be working out some sort of patterns that could actually still stay correct in this zone. Okay, but if you're looking at that in this zone, if price stays longer in this zone, I think there's going to be a drop. Okay, so if price stays longer, then let's look at the differences here. So we had an impulse day of let's look at the 1 hourly. Okay, so we had 24 bars, that's the last 24 hours, and then we should be expecting to have double of that. So if you're looking at having let's look at 24 hours. Okay, you're looking at having price trade sideways for longer days here. There could be some sort of change in patterns. Okay, so we'll look at, if we look at price trading instead of here for a long period, there could be change in pattern and price may drop. Okay, one more time to downside. Okay, but I look at this, that this should validate. Okay, this impulse here should complete here and then continue its move to breaking this point here. So this is the area I'm going to be looking out for a break, and if that happens here around just above 94.63, it's going to be a very nice break to look at price to continue into the upside. Okay, so AUD/JPY, let's look at this from a different time frame. Okay, I know you guys want to see that from my analysis. Want to see multi-time frame analysis from me. And this weekly doesn't really look unique, so let's look at on the daily. All right, so on the daily, what are the differences in terms of candlesticks pattern? Okay, how should we plan for this? And I think it's one of the best scenarios to look out for, that we might be working out a bigger corrective pattern in terms of AUD/JPY. Okay, so if we're working out a bigger corrective pattern here and we're working out something bigger like that, okay, so we're going to be looking at just maybe a pattern like this. Okay, so I think whatever happened here, that this was the end of the C wave. Okay, so if we have another break to downside, all right, that was why I pointed out that we could have another break to downside. Okay, so if we could have another break to downside, it should be a retracement of these. Okay, but I think this formation here should validate. Okay, I think this formation here should validate. More times than not, they actually do. Okay, because I have this long candle here. Okay, I know a lot of persons actually joined this trade here around this point here, because if you are a fifth level trader, you should be able to see multiple rejections of 61 here if you're looking at selling this market here. So for those sellers that were actually present here around the 61.8, this move is expected to clear this supply. All right, this move here expected to clear the supply here and actually stopping out those traders here. Okay, so it's best to see what happens at the end of the day, if actually that is going to validate and actually give us an entry for a continuation to the upside. Okay, so I look at this, I'm more bullish on this than bearish for this one here until price changes and also gives me a very different scenario. Okay, so but however, I'm going to point out some reasons why we should turn bearish on this one. Okay, one of the reasons why I could look at some bearishness for this one is if I could have price maybe rush in the next trading week into the zone and then rejecting, and we have a weekly close candle. Say we have a weekly close candle such as this, price close below this point here, and we have a wick here, and we have price closing below this point here, and then closing below, and then creating as a wick and a rejection of this B wave. That could actually send me a signal that there could be a sting at the end of the tail for this one here. But anything less than that, I'm going to continue bullish on this one, looking for definite pattern, looking for plans in order to attain that 500 area there, and also continue beyond up to 96,700 area. Okay, so we look at that possibility. All right, so let's look at a quick one here. What is happening on GBP USD? It's another different setup here. Okay, what is happening there, GBP USD? Okay, so we look at another different setup for today. Yesterday I sent out this to my channel, but currently we're actually seeing that price is currently trading below the 61.8 fifth area of the swing. Okay, here. Okay, let's point out there is a great possibility that this could have been an ending diagonal. All right, so sometimes I look at these ending diagonals to be a WXY. Sometimes it could change. All right, there could be a change depending on the kind of setups you're looking out for in terms of trade. All right, so we could have that change coming as well in some occasions. So if this is going to be one of that, I think there could be some sort of drop further, okay, to that level here, or price would actually just keep on moving to the side. Okay, so if this validates as a corrective wave and this is an impulsive wave, I did count out a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you can see, wave up here, and an ABC corrective wave here. So this is just slightly below 61.8 of this swing low to swing high. So I took the fib retracement for this one here, and seeing that price is currently trading below the 61.8. It's actually a good area to start looking for possibilities, okay, and also taking some trades with the right risk. Okay, for those of you that actually looked at this, let me go ahead and point out this first. Okay, so but first, looking at this one here, you want to be seeing some level breakouts. Okay, you want to be seeing some higher highs, higher lows, validation. Okay, confirmation of structures. All right, you want to see that. Okay, before you can actually look to hop into positions, you want to see some breaks of higher highs, higher lows. We don't want to be seeing price slide through, continue downward, and then off we go. Okay, so we want to be seeing some higher highs, higher lows. Okay, so let me just move into the next one, USD card. Okay, this is one of the trades which I think there is still more to this. Okay, so on my pre-market analysis, I was looking at this price hitting the Y leg. Okay, so I'm still on the Y leg. I don't know, but I'm yet to hit that position yet. I'm yet to hit the Y leg. Okay, 1.2708 is my Y leg, expected Y leg territory. So I'm yet to hit that point. Many times in the market, I've seen price move up in this format and then return back in that direction there. Okay, so one of those moves actually came in back then when I was trading Euro GBP. Let me just quickly take a quick look at that chart and then give you a similar example here. I was trading Euro GBP then, and I did count some waves. Okay, I did count some waves, and back then this was actually the trade here. I did count some waves here, so I was looking at an X wave here, but we did see that price hurriedly came into that zone, back double resistance here, and before the drop did come. And when I was looking at the 127 extension there, okay, previously I was looking at this extension there, it was around this point here, as you can see. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So well, around this point here, what price actually did back, return back into that huge supply area before actually dropping back into that zone. So this also is one of the things that could actually happen, that price could move up to a very high area before actually supply coming in and then price moving into your desired direction. It's all about understanding the pattern and then following the pattern and then trying the pattern. Okay, there are no two ways about it. I don't want to do anything different other than following the concept and also the pattern here. So this is going to be my supply area here. I'm going to put supply area in there, and whatever happens there, it's another opportunity to take another trade up there. Okay, so this was actually my first trade on this one here. It was a very small area to trade, and with a very small area there, and I put up as little as 12 pips, and that was hit out, and I was out of the trade, and I wasn't overly concerned anymore with that one there. So this is another area which I would love to take another trade here. I think I could as well target the wide leg. Okay, so this if I'm having another shot at this, if I'm looking at another shot position here, I'm going to put my stop loss 10 pips above previous high, as you guys know. So above previous high here is going to be where I'm going to put in my stop loss, and this is going to be previous high is around 129.82, so I'm going to put my stop loss 129.92 right there, and that is cool. And my stop loss is going to be around, okay, so we've seen that price have started to drop, but that I'm not overly concerned because this is not a live video. Okay, so I'm gonna have to upload this much later, and that's the more reason why you need to stay glued to this channel here, so you can actually receive notification whenever I send out this kind of content here. So I'm gonna put up my entry there, I'm gonna put up my take profit there. So I'm gonna have to wait all the way for price to be back into the zone. This is gonna be my Y leg. I expect this to hit. Okay, this is gonna be a 1:8.47 risk to reward. Okay, so I want to wait for this kind of trades. The oftentimes good. Okay, so it's about the patience of waiting for those setups to align and then waiting for price to go over and hit your desired target. Okay, so sometimes price change, sometimes patterns fails. Okay, but you don't want to go chasing the market. Okay, you don't want to go chasing the market. You want to go doing things that are not happening. Okay, so look for a definite pattern, look for a definite trade plan, okay, and then follow it up statistically. Okay, so you want to be looking at these fib levels here. Where are going to be your entries? Where are going to be your exits? You're gonna do something consistent every time. Okay, you're gonna be doing something unique every time, rather than having to take some random movements of the chart because you just feel like doing so. Okay, so with that, wrap up today's session. See you next time, and I'm going to be back with another pre-market analysis, and I hope you watch that one and then you plan for the next trading week with it. And I wish you all the best in your trading journey. See you on my next video.